What's up, UT family, college football family? Emergency sad post here, but also wanted to recognize and celebrate the life of Cedric Benson, who tragically passed away last night. Motorcycle accident here in Austin, around Mount Bonnell. Him and another female passenger. I don't yet have her name, but obviously just starting off prayers to his family, to Longhorn Nation, everybody, West Texas. He was 36 years old, and John and I wanted to get together and just share our thoughts and reflect on Cedric and some memories that we have. But I'm really down, man, about it. It was one of the first guys. I'll start off and you can chime in because I know your brother played with him. He was one of the first guys that really got me into fully, growing up as a kid, right? And that I got to see his career play out from a freshman all the way through as a senior. I started with Ricky Williams and I've told some people this before. I started with Ricky Williams, who Cedric Benson idolized with the dreads and the visor and all that. But Ricky was I saw him at the tail end when he won the Heisman, right? That's, when I was 10. So seeing Cedric Benson commit from Midland to Texas, number one player in the state, and then, transition to his career, just hits hard. I know it hits hard for you because he was 36 years old. How old are you?
I'm 35. Yeah, so it's something that I think one of the things was that he posted a picture of his motorcycle right beforehand that night, and he goes, "Hey, it's gonna be a fun night" or something like that. And you never know what's gonna happen. I didn't know him personally, but I know people who did, and they said that he was a fun-loving guy and he wanted to live life to the fullest. And it's just something that's extremely sad.
Absolutely. I did get an opportunity to meet Cedric. Funny enough, the one memory I have with him personally, met him at a tailgate. I believe it was San Jose State a couple years ago. I think it was Sam Ehlinger's first home start. And came up because I recognized him right away, and he had a white BMW. And I was like, "Hey, man, just did the whole, just say, appreciate your career." And he's like, "You want some margaritas?" He went and got me a margarita and just kicked it. It was like meeting a bro just randomly out. Those especially in Austin who frequent bars or just out in a social setting,
right.
Super chill guy, and just like you said, smile on his face, was taking pictures with all the fans and just engaged, right? Just out there and engaged. I went to several UT games where he was always featured or they would show him on the Jumbotron, and I always got that same vibe from him on the sideline. But that's my one actual story with Seth. I know you have some that via your brother.
Yeah. So it was, I think, one of the last practices before my brother's last year versus A&M, and Major Applewhite was I guess an assistant coach, and my brother was just getting frustrated because they kept on just letting the punter punt, and at that time we were known as the team that blocks the punt. He goes, "You know what? Screw this, Major. I'm gonna lay out the long snapper, and we're gonna rush right up the gut and block it." And he goes, "Yeah, right. You're not gonna do it." Well, my brother did it. He dropped him, pancaked him, hopped up, looked at the offensive sideline, and flexed to them. And Vince Young was talking trash, and he said that Cedric Benson was the only one who had a big smile on his face. That he did that. He goes, bro, he just embarrassed him, like lay off of him. So just the fact that he didn't hear what was the conversation was going on, but he understood that how my brother at that time was just frustrated and just wanted to play and have fun, and
absolutely,
and that's what he was about.
It's crazy. So Cedric Benson, the football player, legend, right? UT legend, college football legend. I think second all time in yards at our school, only behind Ricky Williams, like I just mentioned earlier.
It's not a bad place to be.
Absolutely, and very rarely do you see a player that wants to shape and mold his game after somebody that recent, like in terms of, because it was only, 2 years of Hodges Mitchell in between, and then right to Cedric Benson. So, to have the productivity he had for 4 years, and that was before we've really started getting into the science of understanding the amount of carries that the toll it takes on guys' bodies, because I think that's one of the things that hindered his career in the NFL early. He went into the NFL with a lot of carries on his body, especially that last year at Texas. I think he almost was at the 400-yard or 400 carry plateau. I know he had like 1,800 yards when he won the Doak. But when when he got right in the NFL, you saw what he did with the Cincinnati Bengals, right? Like I remember even the playoff game against the Jets where he like literally almost carried the team on his back to win. And you hear these legendary moments, and folks have been texting me all day, and we've just been, UT football's done a great job on social media of sharing some of those special moments, runs, not just the football plays, but the smiles. Like you look at Cedric Benson, and it's just like your story, right? The laughing, the smile, just the manner and the energy that resonated. When I met him personally, the smile and the energy, but hell of a football player, man. The stories you hear about, like the one cool thing I saw was the cover, the Dave Campbell magazine cover from 2000, being the first high school player on there. From Midland Lee, and the legendary stories you hear. Just had a buddy of mine that went to Westlake that was there during that 2000 state championship game, Houston Street, and just Cedric Benson.
I completely forgot how dominant of a running back he was, and just watching the videos of people posting it now, and just seeing how agile he was at that size was he was a special player. You gotta think about it. What is that? 15 years ago when he played here for Texas.
Yeah.
So I mean,
when he took his last snaps. Absolutely.
Yeah, and just to see those highlights again, he was an amazing player.
Memories of that team. You see the pictures, and you see him, you see DJ, even guys that don't get as much pub anymore, like Nate Jones or Will Matthews, and just all those guys, man. Even like Ivan Williams back in the day. I grew up watching these guys. Like that's the reason we have what we have here today, is our fandom watching in those impressionable years. And Cedric Benson, huge part of that. Thanksgiving Day, he was money against A&M. What do you have junior year? Like 280 something yards, 4 touchdowns, like. Just those iconic moments. You see him breaking tackles. Workhorse. Definition of a college workhorse. Playing, me growing up playing video games, like, your fandom is strong for somebody when how hard you follow them in the league, especially if they don't end up on the team that you root for in the NFL. But I always followed his career through the tough times in Chicago. When he got to Cincinnati and he found his footing in the NFL, I was rooting for him even when he got to Green Bay, and just wanting the best for him, right? And, there's a lot of UT players. We root for every guy when they go to the league to have individual success, but, you don't really necessarily follow every single guy. Cedric Benson was a guy I followed everywhere he went, right? So he will be missed. Big loss here in Austin. Again, condolences also to the female passenger that was with him, and guys, just be safe out there. And like you said, it hits hard. We're both of us are in our 30s, and 36 years old. I mean, a lot of life. You're a young father, right? 35, and both your kids under 5 years old, man. Like that's not the time. It sucks, and we just wanted to share our thoughts. Any final thoughts you have? Feel free, man.
No, I mean, you spoke about it. Everyone, just be careful out there.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you guys. Sorry for the somber mood, but Longhorn legend Cedric Benson gone, 36 years old. Horns always up.